Hello, vibe coders and AI enthusiasts. Welcome to another episode of Disruptia.news. Today on this podcast episode, we are going to, that is Will Smith and I, Sam Kamani, are going to be talking about what has happened in the last week of AI. So give you all the AI news, how it's going to impact, how it's going to change the whole ecosystem. And nothing that we talk about here should be taken as investment advice. And please like, share, subscribe, and follow. With all that out of the way, let's get into it.
Claude's fine. Claude's fine. I can't coach it on my own. No. Gotta watch context window. I've been here since 2.0. Server down cause MCP. Claude knows my API keys. Make another .md. But still. Bad change. It's a lot of bad changes. They ship and they ship and they ship and they ship and they shipping for me. Yeah. Bad change.
So, Will, great to see you and have a catch up, our regular catch up talking about AI stuff. It's always good fun. As you know, there's quite a bit of update on my side. I've just joined a new startup and they work in this whole AI space. I don't know if startup is the right word. You can call it a company because they work mostly with enterprise level clients, and I'm sort of their enterprise AI strategist. So basically, my role is to go in to companies and show them how they can use AI more effectively, more efficiently, how they can create like sort of a digital human. So not just like a text chatbot, but by replicating their own sort of humans and then create that IP, use the same humans in advertising, to customer service, to training their employees, to everything. So kind of like replicating their workforce in a way. So that's my new role. So I have to be all up to date with all the AI stuff and see what's going on. But yeah, how's your last week or 10 days been?
Too bad. Yeah, I think things are getting busy again
Oh, that's
in
good.
the economy, as far as I can tell.
That's really good to hear.
So yeah, it's interesting because in a way, computer engineering and development and design have been. It feels like they've been affected the most with AI in terms of disruption. But
Yes.
I think part of that is perception, and yeah, I'm quite a I guess I'm call myself a creative person. I have an idea
Yes.
for an app, and the great thing about AI is now it's not just an idea. I can build it, and after time, you spend a few days building it, you get it working, and then you find you don't use it, uh,
Yeah.
which is fine, and it actually is better because then you don't go daydreaming about your great idea. You tried it out. It wasn't actually as great as you thought it was, but part of the exercise helps remind you that getting an idea from in your head to actually working and you using, and then actually getting it to other people using that idea,
Yes.
it's still hard. I don't, like has AI made that easier? It's just shifted, really,
Yeah. So what
because
shifted? What would you
well,
say?
it used to be, and
Yes.
when you and I were working together on a product done,
Yeah.
uh, there were so many people with ideas, and the only way to get that idea was to find a technical co-founder, and that's almost harder. It's almost easier to teach yourself to code because finding a good technical co-founder is almost impossible. Now,
Yes.
the cost to build software, the time it takes, has now fallen
Yeah.
in a lot of ways, particularly if you're just building an MVP. But to
Yeah.
actually get a good product, yeah, I have a feeling. I don't know. It's if you think around the types of people we deal with day to day, it's kind of skewed towards technical, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I would say so.
Whereas the world is filled with people who still don't, you could tell them, oh, you could sign up to Base 44, and then you can do this, and then you can sign up to get a App Store account, and then you can set this up, and then you can sign up to Superwall or RevCat to set up this for your mobile app. They don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like the average person doesn't want to do that. And so, yes, the cost to develop an app has fallen, and the time it takes is less. But it's still hard to create a product, release it into the world.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, a good example is books. Well, I'm not sure whether it's a great example. It's a bit of a tangent, but AI is now great at writing. If you've got an idea for a story, you can get AI to write a novel, but no one's going to become a top-selling, author using AI. I mean, there's a non-zero chance they could, but that's just not how it works. Like getting an idea to actually successful, people reading that book, buying it, recommending it. There's steps that always, will be there. Having said that, that's just prompted me. Have you seen the recent news? It was just this week from Claude about watermarking
I
AI
saw that.
content.
Yes, I saw
That's
that.
very
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah, there is multiple reasons for that. So most people are saying that it's because of the law in EU they are doing this, but they could just do it IP based for EU customers if that was the reason. That's not the reason. There are multiple reasons. Yeah, I mean that is that if EU adopted that, then other jurisdictions, countries will also adopt that, because most universities, workplaces are suffering from AI slop. So to reduce that, and also in the long term thinking, this is a good thing, because then it encourages people to use AI more creatively. And then the third thing is the number one thing is because AI is having this problem is because AI is training on itself. I think this is one of the things we talked about ages ago, that's why we have M dashes everywhere, because AI keeps training itself. So this way, now Claude, ChatGPT, I'm sure they are just about there to introduce similar things as well with watermarks. So then they'll all be able to recognize those watermarks and then not train themselves on that retrained data. So it is in their benefit in multiple ways.
That's a fantastic insight. Did you come up with that by yourself?
No, I didn't. TikTok.
Because the same thing, like AI video, right? As AI video has gotten so good,
yes,
we can still tell it's AI slop, particularly if it's long enough.
Yes.
But it's hugely problematic if the AI models train on that AI slot, because they're just gonna get worse and worse.
It gets worse and worse. Yeah. It's like taking an image of an image of an image, or like back in the days we used to do photocopy, and then you take photocopy, and then it gradually gets worse. And then it's like all softwares, whether it's Discord or Instagram, TikTok, anyone, they all have compression software. So every time you upload and then download and re-upload that same video, the quality gets worse, and same thing happens with AI. So the AI gets worse. So they don't want that to happen. So that's partly why they will do this. And so it keeps training on new human data. And so it's a good thing for humans as well. That means there is always a space for humans to create things and build things. So it's very good. However, as soon as this happens, there will be a whole lot of, this is my own insight, that there will be a whole bunch of other tools trying to help you to remove those watermarks immediately. There'll be a SaaS product out there in the next 2 days. Helping you do that. So it's, once again, people who move fast win in this space, like if you're building software. Yeah. So that was the one thing I did want to discuss. And what else is happening in, like markets are always like on the stock market side, equity market side, when it comes to AI, I still feel like they're like super overvalued. No one has revenue, and that's one of the things that happened. I don't know if we talked about it last time, maybe we did, but the results for Google came out that it made a loss for the first time in 22 years.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, so it's like they've never made a loss. It's loss. It's not like they reduced their revenue. The revenue is still good, just that they're spending more. So now
Yeah.
the top 5 hyperscalers or the top 5 companies in AI, which is all like Microsoft, Google, all these, they have like 1.6 trillion of debt or something. And if they, so I mean, it doesn't even include the whole list of other companies that are taking debt to build data centers and buy chips, and which have a very short life, the chips and stuff. It's in trillions. It's like 3 trillion or something. So I don't know how and where this new revenue is gonna come from that they think. But I
Yeah,
feel
I mean,
like
it seems
go
it's
ahead.
been crazy with how much companies like Facebook have invested in AI, and it's seemingly it's gone nowhere. What they invested in the metaverse, which has basically gone nowhere.
Yeah.
But
But then he takes big bets, and sometimes
yeah.
they work and sometimes they don't. So that's fine. At least he's doing that. If he didn't, then it was for sure it's just gonna go down to zero eventually.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything.
I think
Yeah.
someone pointed out recently with Amazon. Amazon is investing a huge amount into AI.
Yes.
But they do stand to benefit from AI a lot, both with
Yeah.
the AWS business and just their massive retail business.
Yes.
And not to be missed is I think they own 15% of Anthropic. So
Yeah.
whatever they spend in AI is, if Anthropic goes public, will probably be recouped very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's true. And we'll see what happens, because there's still the wild card of the open source AI that that they won't, like, all these hyperscalers won't be able to recover their expenses or capex, because the revenue will reduce because people will have more choices, more options, or they can overcharge
Yeah.
like how they want to do. So yeah.
I'm still at two minds on that though, because I've been seeing recently, local models. I mean, there's open source which you run on a server, right? And then there's open source models. They're still, clearly inferior to the leading ones from say Anthropic, OpenAI, or Google. The question is, can that gap be closed? And I think yes, it can, but not anytime soon. And I think
I mean, for us, because we don't pay the expense, we are the retail user.
Yeah.
Like like a chat GPT user, like the reason why Anthropic makes more money even with 20 times less users than OpenAI, it's because they make money from their corporate users, where they charge them over $1 million each. So it's like, that's where it really matters. And 60% of those have moved to open source models in US. 60% of corporates and enterprise. So it's like, if we just look at retail, we can just use Anthropic and ChatGPT. Doesn't matter, because we don't pay anything. We pay $20. I pay $20. You probably pay $200. So that's nothing. It's like, it doesn't matter at our level. But if you had to pay $20,000 a month, and the other model was $200, that's the price difference at the moment. It's probably even bigger than that. It's
perhaps, but it'll be interesting to see those 60% of companies. Have they abandoned, Claude or OpenAI, or is it simply?
I would love to look at that data. I will. Because
if there's one thing we know about humans is they go, we're lazy, and so if we know something works best and is fastest and gives us what we want, in the quickest amount of time, especially if we're not paying for it, then that's what we're going to opt for. So if a company is forcing you to say, we're going to say, wait, more money if we switch to this open source model, stop using Claude Code, stop using, Codex.
Yes.
I don't know.
I think if you're a software developer, then you would still want to use Anthropic or Codex at this stage. Like, Claude Code
Yeah.
or Codex, because they are definitely miles ahead. But for most normal people, it doesn't matter. So if you are a regular employee at a company writing content, I don't even use the highest level in Sonnet 5, I
Yeah.
use it at like just high, not like max. And this is Sonnet, not even Fable. So it's like for me, if I'm just need someone to do spell check or grammar check, I don't need the
Sure.
top
Yeah.
tier
Yeah.
model. So $20 is fine. As long as it's $20, I'll stay with Claude. I don't care. But as soon as it goes,
But in my experience, all
Yeah.
the corporates in those situations are all using Copilot.
Copilot. I know. That's true. That's very, very true. Yeah, you are so true. And the thing is, like, I was just watching this video, and this lady who works for a corporate, and she was saying, like, in the tech space, and then she was saying that Excel is the cockroach of the IT world. It doesn't go away. It doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter how many AI systems you establish or new cloud computing, blah blah, everything you do.
Yeah.
It's like every corporate somewhere, doesn't matter. It's a 10,000 people company, 200 people company. They have a spreadsheet somewhere with all these macros built by Sharon or Linda in 2009
Yeah.
that someone is still running, and it's like mission critical for the whole company. So
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, so that's why I think we have a very long way to go.
Yeah.
So that means
yeah.
there's a lot of opportunity for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the
Yeah.
things I mentioned
Yes.
the other week is the moment my biggest use of AI is systemizing things,
Yes.
making things faster, and so what I was wondering, why don't we brainstorm how we can do that?
Yeah.
We're
Sure.
meeting up every week, every couple of weeks to have a
Yes.
discussion. Maybe some people enjoy watching some of them, some people don't. That's fine. Don't really
Yes.
mind. But one thing is, the friction for us is not this part, because we're just
Yeah.
having a chat. The friction
Yes.
for us is after it's done. You've got to download the video, you've got to get the transcript, and then
Yes.
upload it to Google Drive, and then maybe I'm not online anymore, and then I get to it,
Yeah.
and so then it's like it just takes time, and it's a hassle, right? So
Yes.
my idea is create a software for 2 users, and this one will be
For me and you.
So
Amazing.
we upload the video, we get from that automatically the thumbnails we can use,
Yes.
automatically the description, title,
Yes.
and maybe even clips or whatever. But just speeding things up so that we get it to the point where we can put out episodes very, very quickly once we hit stop record.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. But then at the moment, like my process, I do get Riverside. I do edit any non-technical stuff. Then I get Riverside to give me the transcript. I give that transcript to Claude. Claude makes the description, everything. And then I give the things to ChatGPT or someone, or Gemini, Nano Banana, to create the thumbnail. So I'm just using various tools, but that every time there's a lot of copy pasting, iterating, everything. So
it's just a system, systematize it, because you can load up the Anthropic API key or Gemini or whatever, and then it's just we can log on, both of us log on, get it ready. When it's ready, we upload it wherever. Cut down on time.
I'm sure that, like, whether it is Spotify, YouTube, they all have APIs, and we could probably even do, and Riverside has APIs, and we could do that like a old school style, like Zapier it. Potentially, so that's a very good idea. We should totally do that, and we should always be creating things and doing things. So that's fantastic. What I'm using AI for mostly these days is, I told you like I built this personal assistant stuff with this guy I met in in Amsterdam, who was like a ex Microsoft developer, and now I just keep adding more and more functionality to it. So now it's recording my whatever I eat every day, and it's storing it in GitHub. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and then yeah, so it gives me pretty graphs and everything, and it's great because I can take pictures and send it to it, and then it counts like macros and everything from it. So it's definitely helping me, and it's showing me how much more carbs and how little protein I eat every day. And yeah, so it's been really really good for me. So
Yeah.
so yeah. What else was I sharing? Like another thing you talked about earlier in this conversation was around the technical people, the number of technical, like who we talk to are mostly technical, and how I do that calculation is that if they have a GitHub account, they are technical. That's the easiest way. If they don't have a GitHub account, they're non-technical.
Yeah.
So that makes it like around 200 million people in the world approximately, or GitHub equivalent GitHub, any could be
Yeah.
code repository. So they understand that much. So that's how many technical people there are in the world, 200 million, and the remaining 8.3 billion are not. So yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so that's all good. So yeah. So let's catch up again in a week or two, and then go from there.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Good stuff. Cool.
Okay.
Thanks. Cheers.
See ya.